Hello internet and welcome back to the most inquisitive channel on YouTube, Life's Biggest Questions, the place where all roads lead to the SCP Foundation, and we're still painstakingly scratching our head trying to figure out what the hell this thing is. What's going on guys? As per usual, I'll be your disembodied floating voice Jack Finch as we comply fully with the special containment procedures, thoroughly wash our hands and check that there's nothing malignant lingering on our sneakers, and curiously ask the question, what if SCP-610 was real? Roll the clip. By now, you know we've plumbed the depths of the Foundation's archives, and yet, as we've found time and time again, there's always something ominously lurking its creepy head that throws us off balance and forces us to reevaluate our moral principles as well as some critical hygiene habits. Well, how's a contagious, unstoppable skin disease that wants nothing more than to recruit you into its fleshy, grotesque ranks? Yeah, let me introduce you to SCP-610, and boy, I really hope we're ready for this one. Before we do that though guys, you know the drill by now. If you're a fan of this video, the SCP Foundation, or just Life's Biggest Questions in general, then be a dear and hit that thumbs up button as well as that subscribe bell so you can stay up to date with our latest and greatest uploads. If you'd like to get in touch with myself, Charlotte, Rebecca and the creative team here at LBQ, then feel free to take a peek at the info box down below. On with the show. As the record states, SCP-610 is a Keter class entity which currently has no known containment procedure, because the bleak reality is that due to the vast area of infection that this skip covers, containment is actually impossible. Instead, isolation of a known infected area, which primarily exists in rural areas of Russia, has proved to be far more effective than blindly attempting to tackle the skip. Permission by the Russian government has been granted to establish a perimeter around the infected area to strictly keep people out under the guise of military operations. While it might not seem it though, there's much more to this skip than actually meets the eye. Reports of 610 first came direct from the Russian government, who had received intel on a string of disappearances of farmers in the infected region, followed by police officers and a government dispatched agent. The military were later called to intervene but quickly withdrew when they discovered what was lurking there, at which point the Foundation was contacted to investigate. The area that SCP-610 covers is close to Lake Baikal in southern Siberia, and the worrying thing is, despite containment efforts, this thing is spreading. At first look, SCP-610 appears to be a contagious skin disease that inhibits several initial symptoms: a rash, itching, and increased skin sensitivity. Within 3 hours, the disease causes heavy blemishes that resemble scar tissue, which form in the chest and arm areas and quickly spread to the legs and back. All victims have been consumed completely within 5 hours of exposure, after which their life functions cease for several minutes before they involuntarily resuscitate and exhibit rapid physical activity. That's when the Keter class stuff starts happening and the scar tissue of the victim starts to move on its own accord and grow at a rapid rate. SCP-610 is also known as the Flesh That Hates, an anomalous entity with the sole purpose to consume the world into a writhing mass of skin and sinew. Victims of SCP-610 rapidly degenerate into a bulbous creature, growing grotesque extra limbs, stretching and contorting into a dermatological beast. They're super gross. And somewhere in southern Siberia there's an entire town of these things, infected settlements, entire buildings and houses covered in the same fleshy mass. And like I said, it's spreading, so keep an eye out. In actual fact though, SCP-610 is a biological weapon of the Sarkics, who worship the hateful Yaldabaoth, the god of flesh and basic animal instinct, who is eternally opposed against McCain, the god of machine and intellect. Remember when I said there's much more to this skip than meets the eye? Yeah, well, SCP-610 is the Sarkics' trump card in the War of the Flesh, an ancient ongoing battle for the ultimate fate of humanity. Pretty big deal, eh? Well, we could lament over that topic in a whole other video, so for now, let's leave that in a neat little jar on the SCP shelf. So how prepared actually is our planet when facing an all-consuming contagion? Well, in actual fact, pretty damn prepared. Modern civilization is built upon a breathable membrane of population mechanics, designed to fulfill the physical strain put upon the planet by over 7 billion individuals. In essence, we could just shut down shop and build bigger walls. But as Donald J. Trump is too embarrassed to admit, it's not that easy, is it buddy? Granted, SCP-610 is on the extremities of world-ending diseases, so applying its hypothetical wrath is difficult at best. But we only need to look at recent real-world outbreaks, such as the Ebola 2018 outbreak site to see how the International Emergency Committee responds robustly, and although the tragic loss of life is most often the price, containment is painstakingly inevitable. Let's say things get really bad though, and the Foundation fails to keep a lid on the devastating contagion. From its southern Siberian ground zero site, SCP-610 spreads across the southeastern landmass of Asia, down through Mongolia, North and South Korea, potentially Japan, and its first major scalp, China. China has the largest resources available in Asia to combat SCP-610, and if it fell, then the majority of Asia would fall with it, along with the Middle East, most of Africa, and eventually continental Europe. As of now, we've no idea how SCP-610 fares in water, never mind an ocean, so the United Kingdom would be crossing their fingers and hoping that these flesh monsters can't figure out how to swim. Yeah, that sounds about right. Unfortunately folks, that's all we've got time for in today's video. Cheers for sticking around all the way to the end. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this video, and why don't you ding that subscribe bell so you can stay up to date with our latest and greatest questioning uploads. As always, I've been your host Jack Finch, you've been watching Life's Biggest Questions, and until next time, you take it easy.